Today somebody sent me a YouTube video called A Rant on the Fantard card. He said I need to watch it. I did, and yeah, I decided to make a commentary since there are some things in the video that I think I should address. I have seen the person who made that video on YouTube before, well, at least the username. I can't remember where, but I have seen that username before. And when I looked up his account, it said that I blocked him. I can't remember doing that. Maybe he changed his username because you have now the option. I don't know. Normally, I block people who spam my comment section. And yeah, people who disagree with me, I don't block them, except if they keep on dragging the same points and just writing text walls all over the comment section, because basically they are just spamming that. So I don't know, maybe he did that. I know I had the same issue with RTV 190 returns. Yeah, good memories. So yeah, maybe I also accidentally blocked him. Anyway, I unblocked him now. And I'm going to do now the commentary on the video, because I think that he is actually addressing me in some of the points. So yeah, I think I should make some things clear here. At least I hope I will make them clear. So let's begin.
I have absolutely had it with people on the internet who like to use the fantard card as a reason to discriminate against people of other fan bases.
Last time I checked, the word fantard is used for obsessive fans of a fan base. It's not meant to describe everyone in the fan base, but the obsessive fans, the fanatics. You know, those persons which make the normal fans look bad. Granted, some fan bases are quite infamous because of the large amount of fanatics they have, but that doesn't mean that every person in the fan base is like that. I don't like blood on the dance floor, and I didn't have good experiences with most of their fans. But there have been some BUTDF fans that knew how to respect an opinion they don't agree with. So yeah, if I now, for instance, would say that there are a lot of blood on the dance floor fantards out there, that doesn't mean I mean the entire fan base, but just the fanatics.
If you rant on a show, that's fine. If people attack you for that, that's not good. But if people find your logic flawed, that does not automatically make them fantards, because if you can have an opinion on a show, then they can have an opinion on your video, and they have the right to that.
Yes, they do have a right to say that. However, as I said before, there is a difference. Normal fans know what the word opinion means, and they also know that a lot of things are subjective. Here's an example of this. I love eating apples, and I love sour apples like Granny Smith and white transparent. And I cannot stand red delicious apples. I call them red disgusting because they are so sweet. I simply cannot stand when the apples are so sweet that you can't taste anything sour when you eat them. But there are a lot of people that like those apples, because after all, you can buy red delicious apples at every supermarket. So yeah, that doesn't mean that I'm wrong or that those people are wrong, because what somebody likes can also be the reason why another person hates it. And the same goes for video games, the same goes for TV shows, the same goes for music, the same goes for basically everything. And that is a big problem with a lot of people on the internet. They go on debates over things that are subjective without realizing that no one is wrong or right. Because, as I said, it is subjective. Other issues beside that is that many obsessive fans normally don't bother watching a video at all or simply watch a small part of it, and when they complain in the comment section they normally write something that makes it obvious that they didn't watch it. So yeah, I don't see how you could respect someone like that. Next to flawed arguments, it is also beyond ridiculous at how easy it is to piss off people these days. Because many people just start to insult you over things that are a matter of opinion. Those things don't affect your life, and they don't change your personal view on something. If you truly like something, let it be a TV show, a game, or whatever, then a video on YouTube won't change your views on it. So yeah, people can have the right to say whatever they want. However, they should also make sure that number one, their arguments don't fall apart as soon as you put some logic next to them. And number two, if they insult someone because of a personal view, why the heck should that person respect them for that? Anyway, let's continue.
It's if they go to childish insults that when they're being the bad guys. So if that's not what they're doing and you turn around and call them a fantard, then you're the one who's childishly insulting somebody and you are being a hypocrite.
Fair point, but let me just make one thing clear. For instance, in a few of my videos I said that certain shows or people have a lot of fantards in their fan base. I, for instance, don't see how anyone could get insulted by this, because basically I said that there are a lot of fanatics in that fan base. That is not an insult to normal fans, and unless you acknowledge that you are a fanboy or a fangirl, I don't see how you could get offended by this. Another thing is if you directly call someone a fantard. But even then, the person should ask themselves why that person did that. There are certain people that throw the word fantard around just like the word hater. And I also were a little quick to the point about 2 years ago when I started making these videos. Yeah. Now that I look back, I wish I could change a few things in them. Like, for instance, in that typical Ben DeLuny commentary. Yeah, but you can't change the past now, can you?
And you are no better off than the KKK or the Nazis or any other discrimination group. You are just as bad as them. Just as bad.
Okay. Just one little question. Are you for real? Do you know what the KKK does? Or what the Nazis did? How can you compare this? It's like saying that stealing bread from a supermarket and doing a school shooting is the same thing.
This needs to stop.
Yes, cause from all the troubles in the world, from all the famine, wars and corruption, the thing that needs to stop immediately now is people insulting each other over the internet.
Anti-Brody-dom needs to stop. The hate on Sonic fans needs to stop. I might as well stop and do a brief explanation of my views on that controversy, since I don't think that needs a whole video, since that's a topic that's been beaten to death anyway. A large number of Sonic fans actually joke about the other fans who make a big deal out of the change in the eye color of Sonic.
Personally, I couldn't care less about Sonic. I know that there is this ongoing issue about the eye color change. And all I have to say is that some people will be bothered by an unnecessary change, others won't. I, for instance, also consider the new Pepsi logo as really bland compared to the older one. But I still drink Pepsi.
The people who do that are just the nostalgia tards who have to find something, no matter how minor it is, to explain exactly why new equals bad and old equals good. And the people like that who throw a fit about that aren't the real Sonic fans anyway, now are they?
So you have no problem by throwing people who don't like something modern you like into the same bin and call them nostalgia tards, but when someone calls you a fantard, then hell breaks loose. Okay. Personally, my issue with the word nostalgia tard is that most people use it to stifle the opinions they don't like. And when you think of it, it's not the same as when using the word fantard, since that is meant at the people who almost never bring a real argument to the table and just insult you because you are not sharing the same opinion with them.
So using that to discriminate, using the existence of those crazy people to discriminate against an entire fan base is absolutely, utterly immoral.
I think that you are taking the internet a little bit too serious. And I really hope that you will never find out what Encyclopedia Dramatica is, because if you consider this bad, then yeah.
And you need to stop that, and this goes for anything else. If you encounter a so-called fantard, that does not mean that the entire fan base is evil.
Most people who use that word know that, since it's meant at the fanatics, not at everyone in the fan base.
And don't pull out any statistics that you pull out of absolutely nowhere about, oh, 95% of this fan base are fantards, or 4 out of 5 people in this fan base are fantards. That's absolute bull S. That's not true. You don't have any statistics to back it up. You just have your own personal experience, which you aren't even mathematically writing down. Even for that, your statistics that you're making up probably aren't accurate.
Yes, I have done that. However, common sense should tell you that it's an exaggeration. And such exaggerations are also very common. For instance, you hear a song on the radio, and somebody asks you what do you think about it. If you say that it's nothing special and that there are a million of songs just like that one out there, that doesn't mean that you made a statistic and actually counted all the songs that sound similar. However, behind all exaggerations, there is some truth. And the comment section of the video in which I use those statistics kind of speaks for itself.
Not to mention that you are more likely to run across fantards since they're more vocal. People who are unreasonable tend to be more vocal.
True, but that is their problem, isn't it? If they don't like that people express opinions that they don't agree with, then they shouldn't watch those videos, because most of the time you can tell by the title what the video is going to be about. And I myself actually did something different. At the start of 2012, I posted in the description of my most watched video, Cartoon Network's Banned Cartoons, what I thought about regular show. It was nothing insulting about the fanbase, I just said why I don't like that show. And immediately, the comment section of that video was flooded with comments from the fanbase. There were people that disagreed with me, but respected my opinion. However, those were in the minority. And since it came from a video that wasn't even targeted at the show, you cannot say it's one of those videos that attracts fanatics. In my regular show Rant, I even used my YouTube statistics from that video, and those speak for itself, now don't they? Here, I will show you them. Just look at the huge hail of dislikes that I got while I had that in my description. And you can't manipulate that, now can you? So yeah, I do think I have a point when it comes to the amount of fanatics in that fan base. And boy did they prove me right in the comment section of the video.
That's just common sense, except it's apparently not common sense, but it should be. Kind of like how there are blacks who are criminals, and there are whites who are criminals, and yet there are crazy white racists who think that since there are blacks who are criminals, all blacks are criminals. That's very flawed logic. And then on the flip side coin, you have black people, such as Malcolm X, who think that since there's some white people who are racist, all white people are racist, and therefore they're the ones who deserve discrimination. That is also wrong. It is equally wrong.
Yes, it's wrong. However, those people are everywhere, and no matter what we'll do, they won't disappear. Through the whole human history, there were people like this, no matter the circumstances. We just have to deal with that, because we can't change the way people think and we can't get rid of extremists. Now can we?
There is no moral difference. They are both utterly abhorrent. And doing the same thing to fan bases is abhorrent. It is evil.
Again, out of all the things that are wrong in the world, I shouldn't even bother anymore.
You people need to stop it.
Or else you're going to do what? People are like this, if you like it or not. Some people are jerks and will always be jerks. You can't change that. We don't live in some fantasy world where everybody is the same and they all like the same thing and they are all called something similar and they all look similar, and it's like with that Fairy Old Parents episode where everybody becomes a clump of mud or something like that. Anyway, there will always be people that won't agree with others and will say disrespectful things. You can't change it. And the best thing is to ignore them as much as possible, because they won't just disappear. And if you really hate people that use the word fantard so much, then why don't you just block them on YouTube? You have that option. For instance, I also hate people that use the word hater. I don't block them, but I get really annoyed when they are using the word hater basically just to stifle the opinion of everybody that doesn't agree with them. And that word became really popular really fast. So yeah, I think I now addressed everything. So, bye.